There's a rare kind of strength most people never tap into, not because they can't, but because the world convinces them it's weakness. That strength is silence. We've been conditioned to overshare, over-explain, overreact, but silence? Silence is discipline. Silence is strategy. Silence is power. And once you learn how to master it, nobody can control you again. You don't need to tell everyone what you're planning. You don't need to defend yourself when people misunderstand you. You don't need to announce your next move. In fact, the less you say, the more powerful you become. Think about it. Real power doesn't need to prove itself. Real confidence doesn't beg for attention. It just is, like a lion that doesn't roar unless it needs to. In a world that's loud, reactive, and attention-hungry, being calm, collected, and quiet is rare. It's magnetic. It makes people wonder. And what people can't predict, they can't control. When you're silent, people project. They assume. They guess. That's when you gain the upper hand, because they don't know your weaknesses, your intentions, or your boundaries. You become unreadable, and that's dangerous, in the best way. Lao Tzu said, "Silence is a source of great strength." It's not passive, it's not soft. It's the ultimate form of self-mastery. It means you're so grounded within yourself, you don't need to convince anyone of anything. You're not triggered by noise. You're not shaken by opinions. You move differently, with intention, with precision. Here's a truth no one tells you. Silence protects you. When you stop oversharing, you stop giving people tools to use against you. When you stop explaining yourself, you stop letting others decide whether your choices are valid. You begin to live for you, not for validation. You start moving in silence, not out of fear, but out of focus. Start practicing the power of the pause. Not everything requires a response. Not every insult deserves a comeback. Not every argument needs to be won. Sometimes the most powerful move is no move at all. Let them talk. Let them assume. Let them wonder. Your growth doesn't need to be loud. Your peace doesn't need applause. Here's something to try. When someone triggers you, pause. Don't react. Breathe. Watch how the dynamic shifts. When people can't get a reaction from you, they lose power, and you gain clarity. Because silence gives you time to think, to observe, to respond, not from emotion, but from intelligence. You don't have to be cold, or fake, or distant. But you do have to be selective. Everyone shouldn't have access to your thoughts, your plans, your feelings. Privacy is protection. Mystery is magnetic. The less they know, the more they feel. Silence doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're wise. It means you're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Even in relationships, romantic, friendships, work, the quietest people are often the most respected. Why? Because they don't run their mouths, they move with purpose, they listen more than they speak, they observe, they understand people on a deeper level because they're not so busy being heard, they're tuned in. Here's a mindset shift. You don't owe anyone a reaction. You don't owe them your feelings. You don't owe them updates. You owe yourself peace, energy, control. When you master silence, you stop living from the outside in and start living from the inside out. You stop reacting to life and start creating it. Friedrich Nietzsche once said that the tree that would grow to heaven must send its roots to hell. Silence is those roots. It's the inner work, the patience, the holding back, the self-control. That's where real power is born, not in loud moments, but in still ones. So to the person watching this who's tired of being misunderstood, tired of proving themselves, tired of people trying to get under your skin, this is your reminder. Let them underestimate you. Let them think you've gone quiet. Let your silence confuse them, because soon your results will speak louder than any words ever could. You don't need to announce your healing or your goals or your next chapter. Just move in silence and let your peace, your glow, your success do the talking. Because in the end, Silence is not the absence of sound, it's the presence of power.